Hey guys, so this is a different way of delivering notes, and this is a direct instruction. So I thought you could watch this video, take down the notes, and then try the practice problems. So this is notes on slope, which is what you did in Algebra 1, and we're just going to revisit it and put it in terms of parallel and perpendicular lines. So slope is the rate of change for a line. So whenever you hear the word rate of change, just another way of saying slope. So there's 4 different types of slope. The 2 basic ones are positive and negative slopes. Okay, so you'll see lines that go up from left to right. That's a positive slope. And lines that go down from left to right. That's a negative slope. There are also zero slopes, and there are no slopes. So a zero slope is when these 2 lines, you know how they straighten out? It's just a horizontal line like that. It's not going up, it's not going down, it's just going horizontal. And a no slope is a vertical line like that. So we can find slope 2 different ways. One is from the graph, and you might remember this from rise over run. So we find 2 points, and then we count how much did it go up, how much did it go over. Or we can use a slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And what you have to remember here is this is when you're given 2 points, and the 2 points are always arranged x1, y1, x2, y2. So in this case, I have 3 examples for you. Okay, there are 2 points here, and there's a graph here. So whenever you're given 2 points, I'm going to use the formula. So I'm going to label this as x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. And it always goes xy, xy. So now I just do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I get negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5 over 4 minus 2 is 2. So that is my slope. And slope is always written as a fraction. Okay. Here I'm going to do the same thing. x1, y1, x2, y2. But what I have to remember is it's going to be 1 minus, now y1 is negative 7. 3 minus negative 1. Signs are very important because when you have a double negative like that, it becomes 1 plus 7 over 3 plus 1. Double negatives turn to a positive. So this is 8 over 4, or you can reduce it down to 2 over 1, or just 2. And we always want to reduce down slope as much as possible. The calculator can do it for you. I can show you how to do that. Or you can just divide by numbers until you get down to the bare minimum. Okay? And the third one is when you have a graph. So I've already labeled 2 points for you. And those 2 points you can see cut through a corner. Okay? The corner, I mean like this box here, right? It goes through one of those corners. And those are the points that you definitely want to touch on. And all you do is read things from left to right, just like words, okay? And in this case, this line is falling, so it's a negative slope. So I'm going to count from here. My rise, in this case, I'm going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going down 5, so down 5, negative 5, to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is my rise, negative 5, over 4. And I leave it just as a fraction, like negative 5 over 4. The next few problems, you can try and then check your answers. Make sure you're finding the slope. So the big part of this video is the slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay? So parallel lines are lines that are never going to touch. So this line J here and this line K, I'm just going to label that. And all I'm going to do is find the slope of each one of those. So J, I'm going to go from this point, 1, 2, 3, up 3, over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So my slope is 3 over 6, or when I reduce it down, 1/2. This one, the slope of K, is up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. So you see how when I reduce these down, these slopes are the same. So slopes of parallel lines are the same. Okay? Means they're equal. Alright? Before I even start the perpendicular, what I want to mention is my diagram's actually wrong. So what I want you guys to do is cross out this P over here and put P at negative 6, 1. So it's right at the end and up 1. Okay? And this other line, you can actually cross that out. That's my bad. I messed this up. So what I wanted to do was show you the slopes of both of these. So from our new P, our negative 6, 1, to Q, I'm just going to count, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So up 2 over 6. So this is up 2 over 6, grand total of 1/3. The slope of Q to R, this one's fine, is down 3 over 1. Down 3 over 1. Or, so if you notice the two fractions, okay, one is 1/3, one is negative 3 over 1. I'll make that negative a little bit better for you. What happens is the slopes of perpendicular lines are opposites. Okay, means one's positive and one is negative. Okay? Okay? This one's positive, this one's negative. And they're reciprocals. Means they flip. This was 1 over 3, this is 3 over 1. Flipped. Okay? And you also might notice from our geometry sketchpad that 1/3 times negative 3 over 1 equals negative 1. Whenever you multiply slopes of perpendicular lines, they come out to be negative 1. So if we go to some examples here, I want to know what the slope of the line parallel to the line passing through these 2 points. What's really important is these 2 points in the word parallel. That's why it's in bold. And I know I'm dealing with slope. So I have 2 points. I'm going to find the slope between those 2 points. So again, x1, y1, x2, y2. I'm going to do negative 1 minus 2 over 4 minus 2. Negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3 over 2. That's the slope between these 2 lines. Well, if I'm looking for the slope parallel to that, and I know parallel lines have the same slope, that is the slope I'm looking for. In question number 2, I use the same 2 points, okay? But now I want the word perpendicular. Well, perpendicular takes this and it goes, all right, I need the opposite of this. Well, opposite means this is negative, so my slope is going to be positive. So this slope is negative 3 over 2. The one perpendicular to it is going to be a positive, and then I flip it. So the 2 and the 3 swap places. So it's 2/3. This one's negative, this one's positive. This is the slope that is perpendicular. And I can also test this by doing negative 3 over 2 times 2 over 3. I multiply negative 3 times 2, negative 6 over 6, which is negative 1. A few more practice problems on this. Okay, again, just on the graph, okay, I would find the slope between these two things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over 5. So slope between this is negative 5 over 5, which is negative 1. For this is down 1, 2, 1, 2. Down 2 over 2. So that reduces down to negative 1. So these slopes are the same. So these lines are parallel. Here, again, I'm dealing with, dropping my pen. I'm dealing with these two lines here. Okay, so I'm going to do the slope of this orange line. So I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. So that's the slope of BC. Now I'm going to do the other line, C to A. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1 over 4. Well, they're definitely not the same, and they're opposites of each other. This one's positive, this one's negative, but they're not reciprocals of each other, because this is 2 and that's a 4. So this is the neither category. Okay, so it asks you, are they parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Sometimes they don't come out as parallel or perpendicular. Here I'm going to do the same thing, find the two slopes, okay, and I choose any 2 points on this line. 1, 2 over 1, so that's negative 2 over 1. This one is 1 over 2. These are opposites, and they're reciprocals of each other, flipping them. So this is perpendicular. Okay, and then the last two examples are, again, deciding if they are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And the trick with this is they ask you for MN and RS. So MN and RS, you literally split this equation into two things, and you find the slope of the 2 points. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Find the slope between these 2 points. 4 minus 3 over 2 minus 0. This is 1 over 2. I do the same thing here. x1, y1, x2, y2. 4 minus 1 over 8 minus 2. 3 over 6. Well, 3 over 6 can be reduced down to 1/2. They're the same, so they're parallel. And I can graph those and verify that answer. Here, same thing. x1, y1, x2, y2. x1, y1, x2, y2. I do the slope between these 2 points. 5 minus 3 over 0 minus a negative 1. 5 minus 3 is 2 over 0 minus a negative 1. Double negative becomes a positive. 2 over 1. Here, negative 1 minus 1 over 6 minus 2. Negative 1 minus 1, negative 2 over 4. Negative 2 over 4, that can be reduced down to negative 1/2. Again, look at the two slopes. This one's positive, this one's negative, and if I flip it, I come up with 1/2. So these are perpendicular. And I can verify that by graphing these, just plotting these points and then drawing the lines and seeing that they're not going to cross. I'm not going to spend time in this video doing that because you can do that on your paper. What I do want you to do is I want you to finish the problems that we didn't do in this video and then complete the 3-3 skills practice. Make sure you check in with me. I want to make sure that you're doing everything correct.